Welcome to today's edition of the Anaglyph Jukebox. You never know what you'll find on the old jukebox. Let's press B31. Okay, we've got the International Exposition of Art and Technology in Modern Life, Paris, 1937, in 3D. War is not an independent phenomenon, but the continuation of politics by different means, contended Prussian General Karl von Clausewitz. Sometimes those different means can be architectural. Surely that was the case at the Exposition Internationale des Arts et Techniques dans la Vie Moderne, in the heart of Paris, in spring 1937. The only completed pavilions on opening day, May 25th, were those of Germany and the Soviet Union. The Spanish pavilion was known for its art, Picasso's Guernica, along with work by Alexander Calder and Joan Miro. The Canadian pavilion had a 28-foot-high sculpture of a buffalo. Famed Swiss-French architect Le Corbusier proposed an ambitious plan of his own for the festival. This and subsequent scaled-down versions failed to attract backers. At the end, he settled for a tent pavilion offering his distinctive views on the future of cities and architecture, the Pavilion des Temps Nouveaux, or the Pavilion of New Times. Fun fact, in the 1920s, Le Corbusier was a skilled Cubist painter. Adolf Hitler wavered about his country's commitment to the Paris exhibition. He was convinced by Albert Speer, his favorite architect, who had gotten an advance look at what the Soviets were planning. Atop Speers' pavilion was a tower with an eagle and a swastika. Soviet architect Boris Iofan had placed an enormous statue on his, a shirtless male worker and a peasant woman with skirt blowing, holding up a hammer and a sickle. A somewhat homoerotic sculpture stood outside the Nazi showcase. Two huge male nudes clasping hands. The sculptor Josef Thorak said it was about mutual defense and racial camaraderie. Right. Speers was awarded a Grand Prix and a gold medal for his designs to the great delight of his patron. 3 years later, in 1940, Hitler would occupy Paris on June 14th. A single German soldier walked into the city. Not a shot was fired. Paris fell without resistance.
Well, there are certain sections of New York, Major, that I wouldn't advise you to try to invade.
3 years earlier, in 1934, Django Reinhardt formed a group in Paris with violinist Stéphane Grappelli called the Quintet de Hot Club de France. It was one of the very first jazz groups to feature the guitar. The claim is made that every popular music guitarist since has been influenced by Reinhardt, whose short life was ended by a stroke in 1953. He was 43 years old. And now, Viper's Dream.